Dude, I totally miss you. Really fucking miss you. I'm all alone all the time, all the time. Dude, I totally miss you. The things we did together. Where have you gone? I totally miss the honesty in special times, and honestly, totally miss the fucked up things you do. Dude, I totally miss you. I totally miss you. Dude, I totally miss you all the time. Today on Soggy Conversations. Today I fucked up by thinking my son was having gay sex when he was just eating hummus. That is this man's like, I had a worm in my brain.
Today, I fucked up by thinking I got my sister pregnant.
All that and more coming up. Welcome to the Soggy Conversations podcast. It has been, gosh, what was it 2020 or 2021 that we recorded the last episode?
2020.
Jesus. And I know
Yeah.
we've tried to do a podcast maybe 2 times before this, and we just stopped after like the first episode every time because we were both like, you know what? It's not working. So will it happen this time? God, I hope not. It's okay. I've gotten pretty good at crying since COVID, so if you know. So last time we saw each other was COVID, the start of the Rona-virus. What's happened since, man? I mean, we graduated together, and other than that,
Not much. I've spent like 2 years looking for a job with no luck.
yeah, it's got to be hard too because do you have a car? And I know where you live. I don't want to say where you live, but I know it's difficult where you live.
I do not currently.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that could
Mhm.
cause issues. Gosh, it's been so long. I can't get over it. So what if you have a PlayStation 5?
Yes.
Okay, so have you played the new Spider-Man?
Yeah, that was the first thing I actually played.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on that?
It's great. I love it, honestly.
Yeah. Yep. So it's such a good game. The story is great, but I don't know how to say this without explaining it a little bit deeper, but it ruined the Spider-Man games for me. It's a great game, perfect story, perfect gameplay, and it ruined Spider-Man video games for me. So I don't know how to explain that. So, I mean, I guess I'll try, but so basically, it's such a good game, right? The story is so good. The gameplay is amazing, but there are parts of the story that I will not replay. And because of that, I just don't play Spider-Man video games anymore because you can't compare, you can't go back, but I can't replay this one. And after you 100% it, there's nothing to do. So what do I do?
Good question.
It's, I could swing around the city and I was doing that yesterday, but it's only so much swinging you can do before you get bored of that too. Anyway, so right now it is what, 10 o'clock for you, p.m.?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, I'm sorry. So it's 10 a.m. for me here in the land of the rising sun. And when that sun rises, it do be rising. It's pretty bright, pretty hot. My wife is still sleeping. That's why I'm talking like I'm whispering in your ear. Um, or I don't know, something. Insert funny joke here. Haha. Yeah, I don't know. Did you beat Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you cry?
A little bit.
Yeah, I did too, but not a little bit, a lot of it. I had tears coming out of places I didn't know tears could come out of. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get into details, but I peed my pants is what I'm saying.
I gathered that.
And nobody changed my diaper. What am I supposed to do? I just want to make sure you got the full image. Okay. Okay. Should we get into our first group of stories?
We can if you'd like to.
Okay. So the first story I have, I'm just really excited to read this to you because this is a story that makes, I don't know, I just get secondhand embarrassment for both parties in this story. So it's a son and I think a mother, and I get embarrassed for both of them. So I just, let me pull it up. But the story comes from, the stories we're reading today come from Today I Fucked Up Reddit stories. And okay, it's titled, okay, continue. Today I fucked up by thinking my son was having gay sex when he was just eating hummus. That is so oh my God. Okay. So, I'm so sorry. Okay. So I, a 39-year-old female, have a son, 15-year-old male, and he brought a friend around today. They immediately went into their room and I assumed they would just play video games or whatever, so I was totally fine leaving them. It was about 30 minutes in when I was walking past, I heard such sounds as, "Oh my God, that's so good," and "It's so good with that in it," in various in various sounds. It really sounded like they were having gay sex. This story is amazing. It really sounded like they were having gay sex. It was I was super weirded out by it, so I quickly went downstairs and waited for his friend to leave. Let's see. When this friend left an hour or two later, I asked my son what they were doing in his room because although I don't mind him being gay, and I know it's normal for teenagers to have sex, a condom really should be used. So I plan to confront him about that. However, the answer shocked me to my very core. They weren't having sex, they were eating hummus. I was shocked and initially didn't believe it. We had never had hummus before, and I asked him to show me the hummus if it was true. So he did, and I ate hummus for the first time, and oh my God, was it good. We experimented with different things in it, like bread and carrots. It was great. Apparently, his friend had heard that he had never had hummus before and thought it was absolutely absurd and planned a date for a hummus party. So yeah, it ended up being quite a good ending. I discovered how nice hummus was. So the comments on this also are great. So I see the first comment goes, "Oh, I see you got hit with the emergency hummus." I always kept hummus inside my closet for when I was having sex with my friends. You never know when you're gonna get caught. So it I just try to put myself into the shoes of the mother walking by and just hearing, it's so good with that in it. And you're thinking, now there's an update. There's an update,
Oh
Leo.
boy.
Hang on. Okay. Today I wait. Huh? Okay, so she comes back. So yeah, the majority of you were right. They were having sex. I did think it sounded like it. They ate some hummus first, then put it away. Didn't do anything at the same time, like some of you freaks suggested. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. And then had sex. My son's boyfriend, I think they're boyfriends, saw the post and couldn't stop laughing. So told my son, thinking it could be about them, who told me I think he felt guilty about hiding it. Other than that, nothing really exciting happened. We had a long, awkward talk, I told him I don't really endorse him having sex, but he should really use a condom. Now on to more important things. Hummus. I really like hummus now. I never had it before because it looked kind of disgusting, yellow and sludgy. But I have learned appreciations. Huh? Oh, I have learned appearances can be deceiving. It was homemade, so I'm going to have to ask for the recipe. I can make more. I finished all of it. I don't I don't trust that nothing was done with that hummus. Also, what are some other good things to dip in it? I've tried obvious things, carrots, cucumber bread, and any suggestions would be appreciated. A lot of people have recommended baba ganoush as well. Is that similar or better than hummus? So the first comment goes, next update. I thought my son was having an orgy, but he was just eating a smorgasbord with his friends. Edit, son's actually not gay. He just ate a suspicious amount of sausages from the board. Today I fucked up thinking my son was gay. He just ate a suspicious amount of sausages and shoved them up his ass. So I just got to go back to the original story first because there was one comment that I want to read to you before you read a story to me, or I can read another story to you. But it, it's oof. So it goes. Today I fucked up. My friend said he's never had hummus, so I decided to be friendly and take him some. I must not have understood the euphemism because he kept trying to fuck me with with a carrot. Of all things, emergency hummus. You ever been caught like when you were a teenager, doing stuff. Well, you don't I never brought out hummus. Maybe if I did, I would have gotten away with it. But like, you're by yourself in the bathroom or something. You didn't lock the door because you didn't think about it. This is just hypothetical. I'm not saying this happened. And your mom tries to open the door, so you quickly shut the door. And then she goes, "What are you doing in there?" And then you say, "Sleeping." And she goes, "You're not sleeping. I know you're not sleeping. Don't do that in the bathroom." I'm not doing anything. I'm pooping. You just said you were sleeping. Good night. Go to your bed. That never happened to me. Um, okay, I got caught masturbating in the bathroom once as a kid. Just so I want to make sure that you know that I'm not lying to you.
Okay,
Okay, okay.
this is a good one. Today I fucked up by masturbating masturbating in front of my entire family.
No way, the timing is awful. Okay, okay.
This happened a week ago, but the awkwardness is still as strong as ever. Stress has always gotten me pretty easily, but the last few weeks or so have really been something else. Aside from major examinations coming up, pressure to do well for my family, and a severe lack of sleep, sometimes less than 5 hours a night, my wisdom teeth were also getting removed in a few days, which I was extremely anxious about. Altogether, I was having a pretty bad time coping with it all, so being the horny teenager I am, I often find solace in my penis, its best buddy, my right arm. So, upon returning after getting my teeth removed in what seemed like a dream, I lay down in my living room with my family watching TV. I dozed off a couple times and was generally quite disoriented. Being both high off anesthetics and tired is not a good combination. And after waking and feeling drowsier than ever, the upcoming exams dawned on me once again, especially since I had done next to no study at the time. Not really caring to face the problems that troubled me, I decided to reunite the dynamic duo, that being my right arm and my beloved penis, and I forgot about it all. And so off I went, except I forgot one thing. I was still in the living room in full view of my entire family. Somehow my gassed up, tired brain managed to convince me that I was not in fact sitting with my family by our TV, but was instead comfortably laying in bed in my own room. I don't really understand how or why it happened. A few seconds in, and I began to notice the puzzled eyes that curiously seemed to be looking right at me, with expressions that transitioned from shock at my brazen meat smashing to anger and outrage, accompanied with intense giggling. I snapped out of it, of course, realizing the insanity of my actions and the pure, unfiltered embarrassment I put myself in. I'm not going to talk about what happened next, as I don't want to relive the next few moments. My father is just disappointed. He hasn't talked to me much recently, and the long, awkward silences on the drives home are not too pleasant. My mother believes that we should, quote, embrace my sexuality, and is potentially setting up a group therapy session as I write this. And I'm just studying my ass off, pouring through books. It's a good excuse to be alone. I find myself hoping that none of it really happened, that maybe I was just dreaming while I was gassed up. But it did happen, and boy, does my life suck right now.
He like had a half awake like in the movies when soldiers wake up and they start choking their like wife or something. He just woke up. He was like half awake and started choking his chicken right in front of his family. Oh my god. So wait, I don't even know how that happens. So I just imagine he's like laying full spread on the family couch, and like his moms were right next to him, just with her arm on the arm of the couch, and he's like taking the middle seat, and they're like watching something absolutely absurd on the TV, and he just starts going, you know. They're like watching the Weather Channel, and he's just going. And like he's dirty talking in the middle of it. He's like, expect snow or something crazy. The forecast. Oh, how do you get past something like that?
Oh, I don't know.
What was the line? My family was shocked by my abrasive meat smashing. What? Oh my god, I'm speechless. That leaves me speechless. Bless you, honey. That leaves me speechless. What would bless you? Oh, speaking of my wife, she just sneezed up yesterday. She learned the word constipation. Um, it's worth noting for the people that don't know. My wife is Japanese, so English isn't her first language. So she learns new words, and she just starts using it. So I'm in the bathroom, and I just hear, "Are you constipated?" I'm like, "What's that, honey?" Constipation. Are you constipated? And I'm like, "Yep." And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night last night, she goes, "What is it? Consta, what is it? What is it?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "The word." I go, "Constipation?" She goes, "Yeah, that one." "Are you constipated?" I'm like, "What?" "I'm trying to sleep." Oh, oh my God. Is there any updates to that story?
No,
What's the top
not that I'm
comment?
seeing.
I have to know what other people on Reddit are saying.
Okay, this is good. Top comment reads, just maintain you were high off your ass when it happened and things should go back to normal eventually. But someone replied to that with, he should do it again when he's not high. Dad is just jealous he's never had the guts to do it in front of everyone.
Do it again to assert dominance, but this time look your brother right in the eye. Today, too, honey, I am constipation. I am constipated. Good. Don't be happy for me. Damn, the love. All right. So I got this story, and then there's something I want to show you. This show, our podcast is mostly for viewers, right? It's not going to be, of course, there will be a listening audience, but it'll mostly be for viewers on our channel. So I want to go through this thing I saw on Instagram, and I want to get your reaction on this because this guy is amazing. But first, I'll tell you the story that I just remembered. So it was maybe lunchtime, and our old English teacher, he was sitting with, I think, the guy that was supervising our lunches. For those that don't know, me and Sir Wolfgang, we were in let's see, a slightly different school than normal. So we had different classmates. Well, anyway, one of them starts playing the song Deep Throat by Cupcake. And you know how the song starts? It's like, help me, and then it gets crazier and
Yep.
progressively. So, the teachers are trying to be supportive because, these aren't normal classmates. And it just progressively gets more and more dirty. And the teachers are just like, oh, who wrote this song? Because, it's just, they can't really hear what's being said yet. And then all of a sudden they go, lick, 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 lick. I want to eat yo. And then all of a sudden the teacher's like, turn it off. Turn that song off. And like they went from supportive to angry in the matter of like a minute and 30 seconds. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who played the song. You know he didn't turn it off. He started like singing along to it. I miss that dude. I hope he's doing good.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Nothing but love for everybody at our old school, except for the people that we
Mm-hmm.
hated. Everybody's got their own journey. Everybody's got their own journey. Life after high school is weird, man.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just, oh, I can't. Okay, that's fine. I don't have to do that. Can I do this? No, I can't do that. Okay, well then, never mind. I will not. There's got to be a way. Hang on. Okay, so none of this stuff is real, which makes it extra. I just want to scroll through his feet a little so you see this. He's an actor, and it's just amazing. Like, okay, so let's start with this one here. Okay, what do you want from me? Climber lost on a mountain for 8 days. Records final message to loved ones. All right.
Oh no, I left me kids in the freezer.
Okay. So wait, that's just a picture it looks like. Okay, here it is. Is it too loud? All right, here we go. Coming soon. Oh, damn. I'm really like a boomer, I'm telling you right now. All right, here we go. This is the one.
What do you want from me? Goodbye. Hi, Mum. I really don't know what it is that I want to say, but I don't think I have too much time. I just want you to know
It's like some tragic shit right here,
that I'm
dude.
sorry. I'm sorry for everything.
Oh my
It's
god.
funny. We only get to live life forward. But it never
he's in-
makes any sense until we're looking back. I love you, Mum.
Tragic.
Thank you for always being there for me. Dad.
Until next week when he dies again. It's very heartfelt.
Thank you for always loving me
Yeah.
and supporting me,
Uh-huh.
even when I wasn't easy to be around. Kelly,
Oh. It's
I love
heartfelt.
you, baby.
Oh,
You have been my rock and best friend.
I'm gonna
An
cry, maybe.
amazing mum to our children. Tell Haven and Arlo. Daddy loves them so much. And I'm so proud of them.
It's a message to his
Tell
son.
them Daddy was brave
Daddy was brave,
and at peace with his fate.
and he's at
And
peace
tell
with his
them
feelings. This is a man at
Daddy will
peace.
always watch over them.
Oh, this is a man at peace, Leo.
What do you want from me?
Oh shit. So, all of these videos kind of, this is so, this man goes through a tragedy every week, and times when actors weren't acting.
What do you want from me? I'm such a screw up. To hell with him! I am your father! Give me back my son, you evil thing!
Oh my god, that's the second one. Oh my god. Ew. Dude, calm down, bro. Jesus. You imagine being this guy's wife, and her friends are like, "Hey, what does your husband do for a living? What does Lewis do for a living?" And she's like, "Oh, you're not gonna believe it. He is so talented. I'm just so proud of him. Here's what he does for a living."
He dies at least once a week.
He's always freaking the fuck out. This picture perfectly embodies his channel right here. This one right here. Actually, all of these. Wow. What is going on here? How does one man go through so many different, traumatic events? What is this here? I just have to see this. Grief is the price we pay for love. What is this? Does he make money for this? I can't watch
I would
this.
assume so.
Oh my god. Is that all it takes? Because I'll do that. I'll do it. I'll cry and scream in cameras.
Go for it, bro.
It's like that video. You ever see that girl? She's like spazzing out on the bed. And she's like, "I am processing the most toxic breakup of my life." And she's like spazzing out on the bed. You've had to have seen that, right?
Honestly, I almost don't think I have.
Oh my god. All right. Processing. The most triggering breakup is what it is. This girl sets up her camera for this. And the audio is just
triggering breakup I've had in. I am processing the most triggering breakup I've had in 9 years.
she's just losing her mind. She's fucking losing her shit on her bed, bro. Like she's like, if he sees this, he'll take me back. If surely he'll take me back.
Processing the most triggering breakup I've had in 9 years.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Is that all we have to talk about already? There's got to be more. There's got to be more. Okay. So last time, holy crap, that's true actually. Last time we recorded a podcast was right before the 2020 presidential election. It was an unprecedented thing that we would never see again. Two old men duking it out for the presidency. Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Now we have the sequel, 2024 edition. I don't know. We could talk about doing this at some point, but a live reaction of the election night would be so fun. And maybe of the debates, but I don't know how we can do that legally. But how fun would that be?
That might be interesting, yeah.
I mean, because it's going to descend into chaos. Because all Joe Biden's going to try to do is to stay alive and to not fall asleep on the stage. And all Trump has to try to do is not scream. And neither of them can manage that. Without Biden sniffing some sniffing salts, he's going to fall asleep. And without Trump drinking a glass of wine, he's going to scream. So both are going to be under the influence that night. Zero doubt at all.
Honestly, at this point, it should just be the first person to make a coherent sentence wins.
Yeah. And of course, we got RFK. He's running, but who cares? He's not going to win. You know? This man's like, I had a worm in my brain. The doctors didn't know what it was in my brain. You imagine a debate on stage with those three folks? Listen, it's about president's friend. Do you even know what you're saying? Do you even know? Both of you have been president before. It's my turn. The rest of the world's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on over there? What is going on in America?" Can you
I mean,
imagine?
to be fair, I think they're already saying that, but wow.
But can you imagine like a heated debate on stage between those three? Like it would just be the absolute best.
It would simultaneously be the funniest and the saddest thing ever.
It would be America's worst tragedy, and we've dealt with some crazy stuff. Like I just don't know. I don't know. It would be, and the Kennedys have put so much towards our country, but all three of these men really have sacrificed so much for our country. But that debate's gonna be so crazy. Listen, folks, this is a man. This is a man who's going to court every day. The only day he has free is Wednesdays. We really want this guy running for president. Joe, the only day you have free is the day your diaper's clean. And then fucking RFK's getting over there feeling left out. I'm at 11%. No, I need attention. And then it's gonna be fucking chaos, dude. It's gonna be chaos. And I can't wait for it. Because RFK is gonna be in the debates, you know that, right? They're talking about it.
That would be fascinating.
Yeah, he's planned on being in the debates pretty soon here. But why is it that every person in our election has something severely wrong with them? Joe Biden has dementia. RFK literally had worms in his brain, and Donald Trump is just Donald Trump. So we have the craziest shit. When listen, folks, when Trump entered office, we were still in Iraq. There's still worms in my brain. Listen, both of you guys are to blame for what we're going through here in this country. What the fuck are you even saying, bro? So you imagine they go through the line of like, because the world's right now in just pure chaos. All right, we'll start with you, RFK. What are we gonna do about the Taiwan and China conflict? You see, the FDA approves thousands of foods and are illegal across the. What the fuck are you talking about? We're talking about Taiwan and China right now. Sorry, the FDA. All right, here we go. Joe Biden, what are you gonna what are you gonna do? Vaccines cause autism. What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, it's Biden's turn. Biden doesn't know how to talk. Trump, just pause. You're coming up. You're next. Biden. What are we gonna and another thing about the FDA? All right, just let someone let Biden speak. Worms in my all right. Shut the fuck up, dude. Give us a chance. Folks, Chinese, Chinese food, Chinese dumplings, Chinese spring rolls. You don't mess with the Chinese of America unless you want to give whatever. What? That's I just can't wait. Actually, I don't know. I just went into a full improv thing there, but
I just let it happen.
just in my head, it was really happening. Like RFK just keeps getting involved. I can do 75 push-ups in one go. All right, dude. This guy's jacked, bro. Fucking he's jacked. Hang on. This guy's actually crazy jacked. There's no way he's not taking drugs. I need you to see. Hang on. I don't know. Who do you think's gonna win? This isn't a political show, so we could just say things because it'll be fun just to talk about, but
I honestly don't know this year, and I'm a little scared to find out.
yeah, it's definitely stressful. I honestly don't think Biden's gonna win. So it's between Trump and RFK, in my honest opinion. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, so that is presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy. This is a real picture. This dude is jacked. I'm telling you. It's it's crazy. But all those muscles couldn't fix his fucked up voice. And his daughter's got the same thing going on. His daughter's voice is the same, dude. No, not his daughter, his sister. So it's something to do with that family's genetics. So you imagine them arguing at the table, you know? I want one. I saw her kissing a boy. She's got a new boyfriend at school. Shut up. Okay. Robert, you're honey, that's what constipation sounds like is RFK. You want to talk about constipation? I'll have to show you in a little bit. My wife's awake. She's on her phone. But let me show you this guy. Why? I don't know I don't know what else to say, bro. This is nuts. This is presidential candidate. I'm like, damn. Crazy. I don't know. He just starts yapping. I'm yapping right now. Oh, my wife just goes, yeah, you are yapping. I go, okay. I guess it's time
These
for
are
me.
very important. These are important issues here.
These are important issues, honey. We're talking about the economic and political state of the universe right now. Like
We're talking worms and brains here.
we're talking about constipation. That's true. That's why the second letter in the background of my image here is con. Not for conversations, for constipation. Con for constipation.
Soggy constipation.
Soggy constipation. So gross. Oh my god. So I recently started watching the Tenacious D TV show on HBO, and it's so bad but so good, but it's so horrible that it's good. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
Tenacious D Pick of Destiny movies, the dumbest movie you'll ever watch, but it's so good. Or their post-apocalyptic. I've watched all their stuff. So, but the dumbest one is the clog battle. You know, they're in clogs. And Jack Black ninja kicks Kyle Gass's head off and it falls into a trash can. And he walks around a headless body to pick up his head from the trash can to keep fighting him. It's the dumbest movie, dumbest show, I mean. But they're so talented. Man, that's crazy. Just think about how long it's been since we talked.
Yeah.
We used to do SpongeBob. Every lunch we would sing SpongeBob songs.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm thinking about it. The Soggy Conversations background is kind of just like SpongeBob without the green circles. That hummus story. I thought nothing was gonna top that, and then all of a sudden you come out with I accidentally masturbated in front of my whole family, and I saw you had another one actually. Do we have time to go through that one before we actually end up closing the episode?
If you want to, we can do that.
Because I trust nothing more than your ability to choose after the I accidentally masturbated in front of my family story. So one more and then we'll close out. Final thoughts on
Okay.
this. Okay.
Okay. This one's more of a flashback than it is something they did that day. But here it is. It's called Today I Fucked Up by Thinking I Got My Sister Pregnant. Just hear me out.
Okay.
I suddenly remembered this story today. I don't think I've ever told this story to anyone before, so here goes. This happened a few years ago when I was a preteen. Again, during the summer, my family and I went back to our hometown to visit my grandparents. We were short on rooms, so my sister and I shared the same room the entire summer. We had separate beds, but sometimes my sister would trade blankets with me because my blanket was thicker and warmer. One day during the summer, I discovered porn. But instead of finishing the job when I watched it, I went to sleep that day without completing the experience. I woke up with wet spots on my bed and underwear the next day. At the time, I was about 80% sure what came out of me wasn't pee. Oh, naive adolescence. So I went on to Google to figure out what happened. I learned that I had a wet dream. I washed my underwear and bed sheets, but for some reason I did not wash my blanket.
Oh
When I
no.
went back when I went back into my room, I saw my sister had switched blankets with me and I freaked out. I didn't say anything and quickly left the room. I ran out of the room and Googled, "Can you get someone pregnant from a wet dream?" Obviously, none of the results I was looking for popped out. I thought my life was over and I accidentally got my sister pregnant because she was using my blanket that had a little bit of ejaculation on it. The idea haunted me and I did not tell anybody because I was too scared. Maybe like a week after that, I finally got the courage to tell my dad that I got my sister pregnant.
Oh.
This was the conversation. Dad, do you remember when I accidentally peed on my bed? Yeah. It wasn't pee. Yeah, I know it wasn't pee. You're going through puberty. It's perfectly normal. He walked away. End of conversation.
Oh
After that
no.
conversation, I just decided to wait a few months to see if my sister was pregnant. Needless to say, she was not pregnant. I was just a really dumb child.
I just imagine every day he wakes up with like the stress of like I'm gonna be a dad soon, but not the normal kind of dad, like the dad that's also the uncle,
The Alabama kind.
the Alabama kind. Hang on, I gotta mute my camera. You're good, honey. It's a very small apartment, Um, it's a Japanese apartment, so of course there's literally no room to do anything. If you want privacy, you have to move across the country. Anyway, yeah, no, I mean kids do some crazy shit. My first time discovering porn, I told the story on the first episode of our last podcast, but you probably know exactly where I'm going, or do you forget?
I think I have an idea.
Um, I didn't just stop after the first. Well, no, actually, so the first time I got scared, didn't know what the fuck happened. I was just like, I'm gonna try this and see what happens. So I abrasively smashed my meat for a little bit, and then like something came out, and I didn't know what it was. And yeah, so then later on, I go again, and this time with porn, and from 10 p.m. at night to sunrise, I was I was just abrasively and like sandpaper hands smashing my meat. So
Oh, did you go and try?
I went in dry
Oh no.
and all night long, like I knew I fucked up when I heard the birds chirping. Most kids have the experience of like they're playing video games all night long and then they hear the birds chirping. They're like, oh, my mom and dad are gonna be mad. I stayed up all night playing video games. No, I had to explain what I was doing all night long because I knew I wasn't playing video games. They knew, and I didn't, TikTok or Vine wasn't around anymore. So like you're watching YouTube videos all night long. Yep. Why did you cry after you left the shower? Because when I took a hot shower and the hot water hit my very raw member, I thought I gave myself an STD because it burned so bad. I thought maybe I shook someone's hand and I got herpes from their hand. Um, because that is what happens. That's how STDs transfer, right?
Yep.
Yep. And we all learned that in health class. You shake the wrong hand, your life's over.
You got an STD.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it all does boil down to hands. I don't hold my wife's hand without gloves on because we're not ready for babies. I'm not gonna hold her hand without gloves because the sweat from our excited hands makes a baby. So
That's how it works, yeah.
the hands play a role in everything. I don't really understand how babies work. Can you? I never really had this conversation with my parents. Can you explain it to me? Sorry to put you on the spot here like this, but
I think you've got the idea down. You touch hands raw and boom, baby.
wow. Thank you, Dad. I mean, Leo. Thank you.
Short things, I mean, Carter.
Oh, so good to me. When I'm ready, I'll finally take off the glove. But until then, sometimes I just use a sock, like a dirty sock, pull it out, and I'm walking around the streets with a sock on my hand just to hold hands. It's hard to use chopsticks with a sock on your hand, I'll tell you that. And when there's communal, everybody reaches into the food day, and I'm got a sock on my hand. It's a little bit gross. People get a little bit weirded out. They're like, "Why does he have a sock on his hand?" And then RFK's over there. That's how I got a brainworm. What the fuck? Sock hand. And you don't want you to sang on your hand. Anyway. Anyway, so thank you for watching the Soggy Conversations podcast. I am your co-host, Carter. And
And I am your other co-host, Sir Wolfgang.
that's right. Wow. That was fun. All right. Thank you. We'll see you next week.